Yay! Yay! How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the show this morning. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. Stock Markets with Bruce is the name of the channel. Try to explain what's going on in the market in plain English, let you in on what's really happening out there, at least from this old man's perspective. It's great to see you all. Welcome to the party, pal. It's June the 5th, Monday in 2023. How about that? Starting the summer up here. Here in Calgary, where I am in Canada, it's very pleasant. We hit 80 odd degrees yesterday. Calgary was celebrating their Lilac Festival, the Lilac Festival. Jen wanted to go out yesterday and check it out. We don't live too far from the downtown core of Calgary, just outside of it, which we enjoy here. And for us, it was just an easy 1 or 2 block walk to go up and down one of our main streets, which the festival was on. They shut down the traffic, and people were walking up and down the street for blocks and blocks and blocks. I think we lasted 2 hours. It was about 2 hours. That's all we could take. We could have walked a distance of about 20 blocks. I think we walked 5 or 6 of them, really, about 6 of them. And we were done. We even stopped at they call it a beer garden. Let's not get cute with this. This was basically a fenced off area beside a restaurant where you're standing on a street that's been closed down, and there's a little table that's about 4 feet high that you stand behind, and you have a can of beer on this little 1 foot wide table. It's like a plank, and you drink a $7 beer on your feet. That's the beer garden. And the music that they're playing, you got a DJ behind you playing this nonstop disco dance music, modern age, and it is just as annoying as get up, because it's too loud and it's just thump. And there's 10 people in this thing that can hold 50. I mean, I'm old. This confirms it, that if I were 35, it'd be great. Every 2 minutes, the waitresses were coming by. Do you want some more? You want some more? Because they're on commission, or they're on unbearable pressure from their business owner to generate cash flow to pay the permit fee to the city to have this beer garden. I looked up and down the street as, again, an old fart, and I'm looking at these tents, these little temporary shade providers. We got tables underneath and people underneath the little tent to be out of the sun because it was just beating down on us. And these poor people, I know what they're going through. They're paying a fortune to the city of Calgary to have a license to be on the street for 10 hours or whatever the time is, to flog their stuff, try to promote their, some folks are selling beads, some are selling t-shirts, some are selling hats. They're just retailers, and there is nothing to do with a lilac festival anywhere. There's no lilac, period. There's no festival. The odd intersection, there's a little mini stage created for entertainment. I found it to be a real pain in the rear end. It was just nothing but people, a lot of people trying to walk their dogs out along this, dogs sniffing other dogs as they're passing each other, and it was just children going because it was just packed, and there was nothing to get out of it. Again, I am revealing my true colors as an old fart that just doesn't get impressed with this anymore, because I can see the secondary thing going on, and the pressure under these poor retailers' butts, which I could have been one years ago. Relentless. And for an example, they had all kinds of these chip mobile, these trucks that sell food out of trucks. Some of them sell some really neat foods, like really unique ethnic foods, great stuff. But to give you an idea how expensive it was, I told you I bought a can of beer. I don't drink, so Jen wanted a beer, so she bought 2 beers. I said, I get one because they didn't sell pop. They don't offer cola. You had to buy a beer. So I drank half a beer. Anyway, it was $7 for a can. But one of these trucks going, well, many of the trucks, they had burgers and fries and other foods. You could get a hot dog and French fries for $16. $16 for French fries and a hot dog. And I thought, oh my God, can you imagine being a mother and a father with 2 children that are like 7 and 9, and you're going to buy 4 hot dogs and fries because it comes as a combo. 4 times $16, $64. And now, what would you like to drink? You want a $5 cola or something like that? Unbelievable. This is the street fair. This is the Lilac Festival in Calgary. Pricing in the city has gone out of control. The taxes the city needs are desperate. Oil and gas is doing well around here. Oil and gas companies have done fairly well around here. Employment, no problem. Rents are much higher here because there's a demand for personnel. But the money game, the money, Arthur, the money, it's unbelievable. I will say to the city of Calgary, well done. Cops everywhere on foot, police officers on foot wearing cowboy hats. Very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Cordial, really cordial. And there were no incidents, basically. But then again, let's be fair. Jen and I were there at 10, 11 in the morning. People hadn't gotten drunk yet. I didn't want to be a police officer in the late afternoon after the 5th beer, 12th beer kicked in for some of these folks, because some of these folks use this as an excuse to get hammered because they don't need any other excuse. They just need beer's for sale. Let's drink it. In any event, it's all right. It was a very good mood, clean streets. It was run by the city of Calgary, which meant the sanitation department was out in force. Security everywhere, pleasant, but capital driven, the almighty dollar. And I just didn't get this warm, fuzzy vibe. That's just, again, me. Speaking of warm, pleasant vibes, I'm really upset this morning, I guess. Or maybe I'm just frustrated. I guess that's what it is. Over the weekend, there were a few incidents between China and the United States regarding military testing and resolve. I guess there was some kind of a frigate, a Chinese warship that cut up in front of an American ship in international waters near Taiwan, and the little games are going on there. Canada had an incident with a frigate or something. I can't remember. And the Chinese are telling us to mind our own business, and on and on and on. I'm amazed. I mentioned this on the pre-alert show this morning. I'm just amazed at how gullible we are in the West, or tolerant we are in the West, where democracy rules, I guess. Regarding how China thinks they can just tell us what to do and how to think and what to whatever. Then again, I guess they also feel that they want to protect their turf and all of this stuff. This past weekend was the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre in Beijing, where the Chinese military was sent in to stop the Tiananmen Square protests, and they ended up murdering thousands of their own citizens in their gigantic square in Beijing. In Hong Kong, every year on the anniversary of that day, there was a celebration. There was a recognition of the fact that Chinese citizens were murdered by their own military in a crushing display of force with tanks. They ran them over. They shot them, ran them over, and then disposed of the bodies. Never had an inquiry. Now, in Hong Kong, if you are wearing a yellow T-shirt on that day, you are a protester. You are anti-Chinese. You are under arrest. There were people arrested yesterday holding yellow flowers, not saying a word, just holding a yellow flower on the street. Riot police were out yesterday in Hong Kong, taking away people who were undesirables. How dare you be anti-Chinese and be a subservient and all degenerate, whatever they call them. They're the Chinese. In the meantime, are trying to create a festival, a carnival, in the same actual physical location in Hong Kong where they used to have the vigils for the Tiananmen Square massacre victims. They now are having a carnival there to celebrate Chinese culture. It is as disgusting as it gets. It is as pathetic as it gets. And we in the West, we hear very little about it. We have to actually search to find this information. And the Chinese tell us to mind our own business. And so there you go. The national laws of China are now imposed on the people of Hong Kong. They're being snuffed out. And we do business with these people. And that's what really gets me. Is Jamie Dimon was in China recently. Elon Musk was in China last week. U.S. businesses are flocking over there to do business with these Chinese pieces of garbage. And it blows my mind. The other thing that blows my mind is how vulnerable many North Americans and Europeans are when they go into China to do business, because under the new Espionage Act rules, whatever these laws are that no one can interpret in China, if you do business in China and do some research as to, I want to sell purses in China. Well, you want to find out who the competition is, and who else is selling purses, and how much are purses going for, and where are stores in Shanghai, and where are the shopping malls, and well, you do too much snooping around, you could be theoretically accused of espionage. And there have been incidents with with Japanese business people who've just disappeared. They've gone into China to have business meetings, to talk about potential partnerships. They meet with Chinese business people for deals, and after a week or so, they head their way back to the international airport to go back to Japan and figure out how things are going to go, only to not get on an airplane, because between the taxi cab that they're getting out of and the departure gate over there are certain gentlemen that surround these guys and whisk them away in a unmarked van for questioning. And they're, days later, weeks later, they're on trial for espionage and locked up for 8 years. Nobody knows who. It's all secret because it's espionage. You see, we can't tell you publicly what they're charged with because it's state secrets. You want to go and do business with these guys? Good luck. I'm amazed that mid-level managers dare to go there to even talk to these guys. I can understand Elon Musk. He's not going to get arrested. Tim Cook isn't going to get arrested with Apple. I don't know. But these no-name mid-level guys, there are people who are just, they didn't come home. It's the weirdest thing. And then consulates find out, embassies find out, oh yeah, one of our countrymen just got arrested last week, was interrogated and signed a confession that they are a spy, and they're locked up for 10 years. Interesting. It's funny how these people that sign these confessions have black eyes and broken arms and broken limbs. They must have slipped and fell inside these prisons somehow. I don't know. It's clumsy people everywhere. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Okay, I'm not a fan. All right. Anyway, there's that going on. This morning, we're hearing talk about an oil production cut by Saudi Arabia. The Saudis have had an OPEC meeting, I guess, in Europe. The Saudis have proposed to cut 1 million barrels a day of production from their from their exports, to drive the price of oil higher, because all the shills that they've hired and all the shills they employ in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, and everywhere in the world, where they pay these guys to tell us how short of supply oil is, and how oil is precious, and how oil is just going to go up to $150 a barrel. It's not working. By the way, let me show you how oil is not doing. How badly oil is doing. Show you this. There's a 1-year chart of the oil futures market from last year, July, to now. And you can see last year upwards of 120 a barrel, $100 a barrel through July and August. And then in September, back into the 90s and the 80s. And in November and December, back to the 90s, and then down in January. And look where we are now. This is what the Saudis are fighting right now with the price of crude oil. Have you noticed your electricity rates going higher in the last 2 years? They should be going lower right now. Here's why your electricity prices should be plummeting right now. Here is the price of natural gas. This is, I think this is for every million cubic feet or something like that. In any event, gas was between $7.50 and $10, which is extremely high for natural gas. But look at it since about February of this year, February, March, April, May. Look at that, $2.50 range per thousand. That's kind of more normal. We have seen a 2/3 price drop on natural gas since last year. You should be seeing your electric prices plummeting in your neighborhood, wherever you live in North America and or Europe, because so much natural gas is used to produce electricity in various areas of the world. It's a much cleaner way to produce electricity than using coal, for example. A number of coal-fired plants in America have been converted to natural gas and aren't going back to coal. Yet, I bet you guys in your neighborhood are still seeing record prices for electricity. Yet there shouldn't be. When I was in California last year for when Jen and I spent the winter there, at the end of January, the local homeowners association at the resort that we were staying at. We're staying at inside a golf course community, renting a condo, and 1,250 condos inside this huge golf course community, 27 golf holes, and there's 35 swimming pools and spas placed all over the place in this community. And you may have seen this photo before right here. This is Palm Desert. You see that pool down there, that swimming pool and that spa? There are 37 of those inside this community where you see all these condos around it, and then the golf course in between. At the end of January last year, the condo association shut the heaters off for the swimming pools. They only kept the spas hot, but the pools were shut off. And so the swimming pools were like 60 degrees. In January, it gets cool in Palm Desert. In the evenings, it's in the 40s. In the afternoons, it's in the mid 60s. Swimming pools don't turn into 85-degree Shangri-La locations in January in Palm Desert or February. And because of the price of natural gas, the homeowner association said, we can't afford to pay $7.50 to $10 per thousand. We have to shut off the heat. Well, thankfully, the next month, by February, they turned the heat back on half of them. And then by March, they turned the heat on all of them because gas came all the way down to $2.50 a thousand or whatever that pricing was. And so that was an interesting shock to the folks who were on winter vacation in California when the pool heaters were shut off inside a 1,250 condo community that pays homeowner fees every month. Even they couldn't afford it because it was $100 a day to heat a swimming pool, $3,500 a day for the 35 swimming pools times 30 days a month, $105,000 a month to heat swimming pools with natural gas way up here versus where it is now. Shocking. Just think about it though. At a quarter of the price, you're still paying $25,000 a month to heat the pools. $25,000 a month when prices are normal. Is there any reason why it makes sense to put in solar panels to heat swimming pools? I think it makes a lot of sense to install solar panels. The upfront cost will pay you back, especially if you're ever going to be up at 100,000 a month again. I would think, but then that's again, I'm an old man. What do I know? Interesting what's going on. So the Saudis, to kind of get back to them, they want this price of 120 bucks a barrel again, 100 bucks a barrel, and they figure, well, we'll cut 1 million barrels of production and show the world we're serious about restricting oil flows, and we'll get oil prices higher. Well, right now they're up 196 a barrel in West Texas at 73.70. So we're still down at the bottom end of this chart at the moment. The shills will be out all winter, well, all spring now, because the big thing that's supposed to be happening right now is oil is supposed to be 100 bucks a barrel right now because Americans are about to start their summer driving season. July 4th is a month away. Oil is 73 bucks a barrel. It's not happening. Americans are driving less miles, but they're driving more efficient vehicles. Americans have figured out, as much as I'd love to have an F-150 with a 350 V8 engine in it, a lot of Americans are going, in town, I don't need a Ford F-150 to get around. I can get around with a Hyundai Santa Fe or a SUV with a 6-cylinder motor, or I can get around with a 4-cylinder with a turbo just as fine with the rear hatch and all kinds of room in the back. Empty nesters like me. The hell am I going to do with a pickup truck? If I have a pickup truck, you know what happens? The phone rings on my phone rings. Why? I hear you have a truck. Can you help me move? Can you help me get this? Can you help me get that? Oh no, I'm not. Anyway, it is what it is. Oil is a constant battle. How much oil do you want? By the way, the Russians are willing to sell you tanker loads, absolute tanker loads of oil. In international waters at fraction of the price of the real thing. That's just me talking. I guess I'm just all riled up today. Welcome everybody to the show. By the way, the oil and gas industry in the United States is really upset with Biden, the Democrats, and the Republicans because this debt ceiling deal that has now been done did not include permitting. It did not include a little add-on that the oil and gas boys wanted, which was to drill wherever the hell they want to drill for whatever they want to drill for. For some reason, the Democrats in the White House with Biden knew that the oil companies were going to try to slip in a little provision to allow the oil and gas companies to drill off the coast of California, off the coast of Florida, off the coast of New England, all over Alaska, and find oil and gas wherever they wanted to find it. And the Democrats went, no. Under the Environmental Protection Act, we're going to restrict you to where you produce oil now. We want you to clean up your act. We don't want you to flare off natural gas in the middle of nowhere. We want you to be more efficient in what the business you're running. Because after all, you're bringing this commodity out of the ground on federal land owned by the American people. And I think the United States people deserve a reasonable return on their asset. The same in Canada, by the way. The oil and gas companies going, no, drill, baby, drill. That's the way it's always been. We have these senators and congressmen in our back pockets with these super PACs. We want to be able to drill wherever the hell we want because that's good for America. No. The Biden boys are saying, we don't think so. The Biden boys and girls in Washington are going, no. There's plenty of oil and gas everywhere. We're burning too much of it. We just got to get more efficient at it. If we were to be 10% more efficient with what we're using, we'd have enough energy to not even import any of this stuff, which could bankrupt some of these OPEC guys, especially the dictators. That would be better, wouldn't it? Anyway, that's just me speculating. More and more articles are coming out. These are the articles I'm talking about are opinion pieces, I guess is what I'm going to say. There are many political pundits out there and business pundits and others who are coming out saying Biden cleaned McCarthy's clock with this negotiated debt deal. McCarthy had no power going in because he had a party behind him that is so scattered with clowns. They don't, half of them wanted complete, 50% reductions in everything to bring the deficit down and all this crap. And it was all undoable. Many of the spending cuts the Republicans wanted were actually Republican programs. That's not going to fly well in Peoria. Anyway, the Biden administration knew going in how weak McCarthy is with his majority in the House. And they just slowly picked him apart, even though the deadline was coming up to the June deadline. The Democrats in the administration just maneuvered this guy. And a debt deal was struck, and McCarthy was made to look good to his base. But the experts in Washington are going, do you see how fast the Senate approved this thing? The Democratic-run Senate was happy with this deal because they already knew that, we'll have to have student loans repaid. And of course, that's going to be done in August anyway, so we'll give them that. And we'll talk about spending limits and all that. We'll give them that. But the reality is everything's going through. And now there won't be a debt ceiling issue for 2 years. And we can just get through the next presidential cycle without this overhanging the American people, and we can move on. And the reality, bottom line reality is, if you went to the opinion polls and asked 100,000 Americans, what's your top 10 biggest concerns for the United States, in the top 10, it was not the debt ceiling. They never made the top 10. Government spending is a concern to Americans? No, it's not. The number one concern for Americans, the price of gasoline and the price of food. Those are your top things. And healthcare, and violence, and getting shot in a church. These are problems Americans are concerned about. Debt ceiling, not. Anyway, that's that. I'm ranting today, aren't I? Did you see my video this weekend? I hope you enjoyed it. I did a video yesterday talking about IBM. I was talking about, I was reacting to an article I read about IBM, artificial intelligence. Many of you here are hearing about it nonstop now, and you're going to. Artificial intelligence. So we're talking about NVIDIA here all the time. We talk about AI. We talk about Unity. We talk about UPath. We're going to be talking about AI in many, many ways. And this article talked about, if you want to play the AI wave, maybe you want to consider buying IBM stock. And that's all the article was. It was just buy IBM stock because it's a solid company making a ton of money, running a very conservative, the big blue machine, millions of customers around the world. You can sleep at night. The Dow 30 company, they pay a 5% yield. Buy the stock. That was the article. I'm looking at the article, I'm reading between the lines, and I'm going, they were talking to the CEO and they quoting this individual. They're talking about the history of IBM and how it's evolved now and how it used to be a company that used to buy up its stock all the time. And they were just trying to engineer higher earnings per share by having fewer shares outstanding. Now they're growing their company with investing into their business, their Red Hat division, and they split their company into two pieces. And the IBM that we talk about and trade is the growing generator of wealth and everything else. And I'm reading between the lines going, this CEO is kind of hinting that this AI is going to be huge for IBM. It's going to be huge because you have companies that have to build the chips for the added computing power. Sure, that's NVIDIA. Then you have the companies that create the software that has to be created for the chips to do anything. They're out there. We talk about some of those. And then there are the companies that deliver the AI to the customer who uses it. IBM, Oracle, and many others. And I'm thinking, hey, if Hollywood produces a blockbuster movie about dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, and they make Jurassic number 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 18. How many Jurassic Park movies are there now? Someone has to deliver that to you to see it. Well, guess what? There's certain cable companies and certain streaming companies that are making a lot of money delivering to you what it is you want to see, whether it's a Marvelous Mrs. Maisel or Succession or The Crown. I don't care. Whatever you want to watch on your television at home, someone is bringing it to you, and they didn't necessarily make it. They didn't make the product. Well, IBM is delivering to corporations and governments and other organizations the latest and greatest way to utilize software in your systems through your servers for your organizations. Well, IBM is going to make a ton of money on AI. The future of IBM is bright. I extrapolated the article and I thought, how can you make money writing options on this stuff? And so I took a look at the stock, and here I pumped it up. I used this chart the other day, and there's the last month on IBM. Here's 3 months of IBM. How they go up and they go down. Here's the last 6 months for IBM when they hit their all-time high last December. Here's the last year for IBM when they hit their high in December, but they had a low in October, and they're coming back on and on. So I did all that, and I thought, what if you could buy IBM deep in the money calls and then write on those? Because you want to buy 100 shares of IBM, you got to come up with $13,200 to buy 100 shares. That lets you write one contract. I found a contract you can write on IBM. I thought that writing a contract, I think it's this one here. Yeah, this is Friday night. This was a contract that expires in August. It's a 135, so it's out of the money a couple of bucks. And it was like 380 to 395. And I figured, well, if the stock was up a little bit, this contract will be about $4. You could probably haul in $4. But can you buy a contract against it? And here it is. It's a $100 deep in the money call. And it's like $33.50 to $37.30. I figured $35 would be kind of the neighborhood to buy this thing. It's a $100 call, and it's good for January 2025. I figured, well, if you could pay $3,500 and then write a call for $400 against it. My thinking was, I'm not going to hold the contract until it expires at the end into August. I don't want to wait from now until August to make $400. I'm thinking about a month from now, 5 weeks from now, with only 4 weeks to go, the contract will be worth $1.50. And so this is a $250 gain in like 5 weeks. And there's like, I'm thinking 5 weeks that's 50 cents a week, Monday to Friday. That's 10 cents a day average. That's $10 a contract per day of depreciation because it's an out of the money contract. Now, the stock goes over 135. Of course, you'll have to do rollovers. It goes below 130. You can buy it back sooner and write at 133. And if it goes lower, you write at 130. If it goes lower, you write at 128. Sure. I mean, you roll it up, you roll it down. But at the moment the snapshot was taken, I thought, aha, $3,500, you buy in deep in the money call, $400 comes in, you buy it back for $1.50 and clear $250 in 5 weeks. And then I extrapolated the dream, the hope, the wish, the aspirations of so many of you out there going, can I quit my day job, Bruce? And if so, how much do I need in money? How much money do I need to quit my day job? And I figured if you could write 20 of these calls, that would substitute for maybe a lot of your paychecks, because 20 of these calls would bring you $8,000. And if you bought them back for $3,000 5 weeks later, you'd keep $5,000. That's $1,000 a week for 5 weeks. And I'm thinking for a lot of my viewers, not every, but for a bunch of my viewers, $1,000 a week coming in option premium would be enough to live off of, $4,000 a month. It's just a generalization. Again, I can't make one video that'll make everyone out there happy, but I thought, well, how about like if 80% of my viewers went, oh yeah, that makes sense. If I could make $1,000 a week, Bruce, that's $52,000 a year. If I could make $52,000 a year on option premiums, I'd quit my day job. Now, if I could make $75,000 a year, I'd really quit my day job. If I could make $100,000 a year, What day job? Okay, well, in order to write 20 of these calls, you have to buy 20 of the deep in the money calls. And each of those is 3,500 bucks. So $70,000 is what you need to buy 20 of the deep in the money calls to write 20 call contracts in this example. That's what the video is all about. That video took me 28 minutes to make. It took me 28 minutes. The thing is that if you watch that video, you might notice I'm standing up at the time in front of this board right here. And you have no idea. You have no idea. It took me 45 minutes to adjust my lamp, my table height here, this thing, got my chair out of here, so that I could stand in front of the board without a reflection coming back from the lamp. And I was going to use the board. I was going to write on the board IBM and everything. But then I came across these charts right here. I came across all these IBM charts, even this chart from 1985. And then I came across these option charts, and I zeroed in on them, and I'm showing off the deep in the money call and the call that I'm writing. And I thought, why don't you just use those and just talk about the deal? And that's what I ended up doing. I never used the board. I just stood in front of it. And it was after I turned the camera off after 28 minutes, and I did this all in one take. I did the whole video one take. And I shut it off, and I thought, well, that's pretty good. And then I realized, well, you moron, you never even used your board. You didn't write a thing. I thought, oh, what the hell? And so I just produced the video, put it out there, and there you go. There's your video. And I just said to everybody, if you want to really get into it, come on, join me Monday to Friday at 8:30 in the morning every day, and learn how option writing works. And perhaps you too can think about quitting your day job. I get this question so many times from people who I bump into, relatives of mine, friends of mine, and viewers. How much money do I need to ultimately retire to be an administrator of my own wealth? And I think about this and I go, when I was a stockbroker back in the 90s, the 80s, the 90s, and so on, the common thinking was you have to have $1 million because you're going to get a 5% return on your money from a GIC, guaranteed investment certificate, or 5% in dividend yield or something like that. That's $50,000 a year. This is the 80s. So, that would be now today $120,000 a year, adjusted for inflation. And I thought to myself, well, in today's world, depending on just how you do it, if you can bring in $50,000 a year and bring in Social Security, between $50,000 a year in option premium and your Social Security, I don't know how much that is, a couple thousand a month, you should be able to get by. Are you rich? No. Are you living the lifestyle in Beverly Hills? No. But in many parts of America, you could probably get by. Canada too. And so when I say to somebody, if you've got $100,000 that you can manage, you're well on your way to being able to be self-reliant on your own money. Now, if you're 40 years old and you're married, you got 2 children, you got a mortgage, you got car payments, student loans you're still paying off, you're carrying credit cards, $50,000 a year ain't gonna cut it. Sorry, no, of course not. However, if you are 40 years of age, 45 years of age, and you have access to $100,000 of capital through maybe equity in your house or whatever, and you can manage this capital like I'm talking about here, just with IBM. I mean, I'm not talking about gambling on a hot stock that goes up and down and up and down. I'm talking big blue. I'm talking boring. I mean, IBM is really not, it's not going to keep you up in the middle of the night going, oh, I wonder if it's going to go up 50 cents tomorrow. I mean, come on. But if you can live with IBM as your portfolio generator or other stocks of that caliber, Microsoft, Cisco, Pfizer, there's 30 Dow Jones stocks you can pick that you can write options on. Walmart, what's your field? Doesn't matter. Anyway, if you have $100,000, you should be able to generate 1,000 a week in returns. You really should. You have $200,000 of capital that you're managing. You're now in your 50s, early 60s. You've managed to get to the 200,000 mark with your 401ks, compounding returns over 15 years that, through work or through mutual funds or ETFs or whatever you've invested in. If you have 200,000 or more capital that you can now manage, I can't understand why you're still working, other than you're just love your job so much and it pays you so well. Then great. But if you've amassed $200,000 in assets, which you could convert into deep in the money IBM calls or Apple or Microsoft or other, you could easily bring in 60 to 80,000 a year, easily, that in option premiums. But you got to know what you're doing, and you have to go to my website and you've got to take the classes, and it's as simple as that. At the end of the day, there is no one simple way to do it other than you have to learn what the hell you're going to do. And there it is right there. There's stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. That's my website. Get off your duff, take the classes. There's 15 of them. Watch them one at a time. Learn how to write stock options slowly, carefully, methodically. Maybe in 6 months, you're going to be managing your portfolio in this way. Maybe 3 months, maybe a year. There's no panic rush to it. It's up to you. How much of a hurry are you? Or how badly do you want to get away from your employer? How badly do you want to be self-employed? How badly do you? Let's put it this way. You've realized listening to me for a while and you're going, Bruce, my wife and I, we've amassed $500,000 in assets, which we're told is not enough to live off of. Our financial advisors, over at Chase Manhattan and these other entities that take 2% of our money, they're telling us we need $2 million. We only have $500,000. They're telling us we have to keep working until we're 65 or 70 to really build up that $500,000. Oh, they're full of crap. They're giving you the old corporate blind because they want you to keep working and keep contributing to your plan. They want to take that 2% right up until your dying day. But if you were to become your own administrator of $500,000, at $35 a contract or $3,500 a contract, you could acquire, 100 contracts is $350,000. You got $500,000. You could acquire another 30 more easily. Yeah, you could have 130 contracts of this IBM deep in the money calls. You could write 130 contracts at $400 a piece. That would bring you, my mathematics is hard, $52,000. It'll bring you 52 grand. And in 5 weeks, I will bet you that you can buy those back for about 15, 17,000. You'll net 30,000 in 5 weeks. That's 6,000 a week, 300,000 a year. What are you working for? Why are you working? This is IBM. You want to write options on Tesla. You want to write options on AI. You want to write options on GameStop. You want to write 20 contracts on Tesla, 20 on Apple, 20 on Microsoft, 20 on IBM, 21 on Cisco. Knock yourself up. Now you are now an administrator of 5 or 6 different contract positions for 5 or 6 different companies. They could all be FANG stocks if that's what you want them to be, or industrials, or whatever you want to write options on, whatever field you feel comfortable in. That's fine. Diversify all you want, and away you go. But I am, without question, convinced that if you've got $500,000 saved up and you're 54 years old now, you will quit work very shortly. You will, after taking some of these classes I have, or you're going to have one-on-ones with me in a hurry. You're going to contact me and say, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you for this 1-hour session you're offering for $400 for 1 hour. $400. I get to talk to you for $400 for an hour. about the rest of my life, yeah, I'm in. We will in 15 minutes figure out for you your game plan in a very basic way. But at the end of an hour, you will have your homework to do. You will be on your way. You're never working again for anybody else. You can't afford it. You cannot afford to work for someone else if you've got $500,000 to manage yourself. There's no, you're crazy to work for somebody else unless they're paying you $1 million a year to come to the shop. You are losing money because you're way better off making 300,000 a year on your own capital, living on 100,000 and saving the other 200,000 to compound it for the next 10 years, so that you've got 3-4 million bucks compounded by the time you're 65. And now you're hauling in $500,000, $1 million a year more. What are you working for? I don't get it. Anyway, I'm just saying, again, those of you in your 30s, don't think I'm doing a pie in the sky thing here. You can do the math yourselves. If you figured out that you have enough money to buy one of these IBM contracts for 3,500 measly dollars, 3,500 bucks, you can buy a deep in the money call approximately for this January 2025 IBM 100 buck call, and then write an August 18 call for about 400 bucks. I don't know what. There's your gamble, that one. Okay. Now extrapolate that. Just extrapolate. Go, okay, well, if I do that with one, it's 3,500. If I do it with 10, it's 35,000, and I bring in $4,000. Yeah, okay. It's all relative. You got to start somewhere. You got to compound it from somewhere and take it from somewhere. More power to you. It might be the answer for somebody out there. There are folks out there who watch me or don't know I even exist, from one extreme to the other, who have no idea that they are in a position right now to completely change their lives from their Monday to Friday existence completely. There are so many people out there who believe and have been given this impression that the only way you're going to be able to retire is if you have a house and you have a second house that you rent, or you own a duplex, and you live in one half and you rent the other half, and that's your retirement ticket. And if it works for you, that's great. But there are so many viewers that I run into who say to me, "Yeah, well, I got 400,000 equity in a house, but I can only get 1,000 a month out of it because after the property taxes and the insurance and blah blah blah, I only make about 1,000 a month on my house." And I'm looking at this going, "What? You get 400,000 equity in an entity, and you're bringing in what, 12,000 a year on this? That's 3%. That's ridiculous. Inflation is killing you. You're losing to inflation. I know the house might be appreciating, but there's no income here to change your world. You're going to work Monday to Friday. You're slaving your butt off, and on weekends you're maintaining the house. I mean, come on." You can manage the 400,000 in a whole other way without and quit your day job, and all of a sudden, people realize, oh my God, oh my, I can do this instead, and I can do it off of this, and I can take this on vacation with me, or in an RV for a month, or I can go to Europe for a 4-month getaway, or Asia, or Australia, or you can do anything and go anywhere you want. Anyway, welcome to the party, pal. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. What's going to happen? People are wondering, what should I do with my Sextera? What should I do with Sextera? What should I do? They've initiated Chapter 11. What should I do? Sextera owes money to their number one shareholder. Sextera is a company that was created, that was a public company through a SPAC, through its number one owner, the backer of the company. And the backer of the company, mystery people, they decided to take a Sextera public through a SPAC 2+ years ago. And the plan was to raise hundreds of millions of dollars from a SPAC to get their dough out that they put into it with a whole bunch of shares, and do subsequent public raises of capital, and then grow the company. Cyxtera has 61 data centers around the planet. 61 data centers with server farms. They do 700 million a year in business. They're leveraged right to the max by their backer. The backer is trying to get cash out of the company to get their capital up. So they've tried to sell themselves to no avail. They've tried to merge it with another company, no luck yet. They went with the SPAC thing, and the SEC came down on every SPAC because Wall Street was looking at SPACs going, these guys are stealing our business, this IPO business that used to be our domain. Now companies can go public without us. That's no good. We can't have that. And so the SEC came down hard on SPACs to make life very difficult for SPACs. So Cyxtera is likely going to do a stock rollback. They're going to do a 10 for 1, 20 to 1, 50 to 1, something to 1 rollback to ultimately reorganize themselves. That's my hunch here. They just brought in a director, a guy named Vogel, to help with their long-term game plan and so on. But they're taking what's called their next steps to implement restructuring a support agreement, and they've executed a $200 million financing to continue supporting the company and keep it going forward and all this sort of stuff. And they are now looking at how to reorganize the company through the courts to take it to the next step. At the end of the day, the entity that is owed capital, they've pledged the assets of the company to one entity, the owner. And the owner owns Cyxtera and owes money for Cyxtera, and they're trying to find a way to refinance themselves. That's what they're trying to do. And unfortunately, the shares are at 15, 20 cents a piece, and they're publicly traded right now. My hunch is they're going to maintain their listing because that's the smartest thing to do, but they need to find a way to attract capital inside the public vehicle. And perhaps the way to do it is to issue a series of perhaps preferred shares that pay some kind of an interest rate that would substitute and eliminate debt. So you take the debt that the number one banker is owed, substitute it for preferred shares instead, do a rollback on the common shares in the meantime so that no common shareholder can dominate the company, and the number one creditor becomes the number one holder of the preferred shares, which have the most votes, and nothing really changes, except that they're trying to attract capital from the outside, Wall Street, to take the pressure off of the number one lender on Cyxtera. That's my guess. Do I have anything official to show you? No, I don't. Can I pick up the phone and call the number one backer of Cyxtera to confirm this? No, I can't. Will they talk publicly? No, they won't, because right now it's all in the courts, and they're going through a whole bunch of regulatory crap with their securities lawyers, and that's the story. Now, for shareholders, ultimately, it might be that they reorganize the company, clean it up, and the shares ultimately go to $5 a share, but they've rolled it back 10 for 1 or 20 to 1 or 50 to 1. I don't know. Can the stock be worth more than what it's worth now under a reorganization? Possibly. Could that be in 3 months, 3 years? Don't know. I don't know, and I can't ever know. So you have to decide for yourselves, what do you want to do? You want to buy some of the stuff down here and bring your average down to 30 cents a share and just take a flyer on it? Do you want to just walk away from it, dump it, and just say, the hell with it, I'll take the tax loss and I'll move on? It's totally up to you how to do it. The business is a reasonable business, but it's over leveraged. That's the problem with Cyxtera. It's over leveraged to itself. And the number one backer of the company maybe was unrealistic in what they thought they could get for the business if they took it public. They thought they could bring investment in and couldn't find it, or encourage fresh money to come in. Again, I don't know. I will say that one of the issues with Cyxtera and other SPACs is they have perhaps a very weak investor relations department, and they just didn't get the story out. But hey, I've said that about GameStop. I have said that about Spire. I've said that about other companies where the investor relations departments are underperforming because you've got to get the word out to the street of who you are, what you're about, and what your potential is. But for whatever reasons, Cyxtera has not been able to catch the imagination of the market. And so I don't know what to mention or what to say about it. Is it no longer a bargain? I don't know either. It might be a bargain. I can't answer that question. I wish I could. I'm not an insider of the company. I never was, never would be. They've never contacted me. I have not contacted them. I've watched them on the open market. I think server farms are incredibly important. They can be incredibly profitable, but they shouldn't be over leveraged. That's the one thing. Now, AI going forward, server farms plus AI is a good thing. This group of 61 server farms will be incredibly more valuable because of AI. But AI isn't, we're talking 5 to 10 years from now for AI to be as big as it's going to get, trillions of dollars in values. But this is 2023, not 2033. And so everything is early, everything is today, not tomorrow. And that's where we're at. That's all I can tell you about what's going on. Do ATIP next. ATIP, physical therapy. Physical therapy will be required forever because mankind has this problem. Every single human on the planet has the same problem as anyone else. There's a certain amount of time we're here. And as time goes by, we get older. And as we get older, we need more attention to our bodies to keep on going in a comfortable way. And that's physical therapy. Now, for some folks, they injure themselves and need instant physical therapy to recover. Others need physical therapy to maintain a quality of life. ATIP will be around forever. Companies like ATIP will always be around. This is a company that is owned and dominated by one shareholder out of, I believe, Boston, a hedge fund. And this hedge fund also is extending cash to ATIP's operations to just keep it on, just keep it going. And ATIP has a different problem than Cyxtera. Too much business, and they can't maintain it all. ATIP needs more therapists than they have clients. More clients than therapists. That's a good problem. It's a very good problem. And it's not going away. It will continue to be an issue for years. The key here for ATIP is, will they be able to hire enough therapists, charge enough for their services, so at the end of the day, there's a net profit for every procedure they offer, because they handle millions of clients. Millions of people go to ATIP over the year. Millions of treatments, I should say, is what they're doing. That's all I know there. It's a unique scenario. Anyway, there it is. DQ, I'm number 123 in your thumbs up meter. Thank you so much. We open in a minute, and let's see what's going on today. Let's see if any of you get richer today with your option writing and picking up bargains here and there and following different trends. Thank you all so much for being part of the show so far today, listening to the old man rant. It's great to have you. Great to see you. Thank you all so much for your support of this channel. Please become a member of this channel if you'd like to comment during trading hours. We're about to start trading here. And Larry Titus is going to give us do the honors for us and hit those bells for us. And I appreciate Larry every day. Thank you so much, Larry, for being there for us. There he is. The bells have rung and we're up and running. We're open. The last I saw, we were kind of even on the markets. Let's take a look here, kind of where things are looking at right now. I got the Dow on Friday was up 700 points. Right now we're up 6 on the Dow to start the morning. DQ says, thank you, Larry. Same with Zed. Tesla 217. Here we go. I have shorted NVIDIA, says manager. Deuce Caboose, bang those gosh darn bells. There you go. Fantastic. Thank you for the 124 thumbs ups you get. Let's go. Let's take a look at these markets and see just where things are at. And let's compare some notes and see if any of you out there are getting richer. I think there's some real potential here to get quite a bit richer with these markets. There we go. We got NVIDIA down 379 right now. We have SoFi up 11 to 714, 717 here. Thank you, SoFi. Keep it going. Rocket Lab down 4. AI down $1.34. Unity up 11. GameStop down 2 cents. Got SmartRent up 7 cents today. Tesla's up 420 to 218 a share. Apple up 140. Google down 17. Moderna 112 is the gain right now on Moderna. Cisco up 16 cents. Pfizer up 9. IBM up to 133.06. There you go, going higher. Bjorn is here. Hello from Sweden. How you doing, Bjorn? Thank you for joining us today. Great to have you here. Thank you, Larry from JR, and all of you out there. Welcome to the show, the channel, the old man ranting and raving. It's great to have you here. Look, I think SoFi is on its way. If we break 850 on SoFi, we will break resistance levels. Check this out right here. I want to show you this chart. It's not the greatest in the world, but this is a 1-year chart on SoFi. And back in August of last year, August 22, towards the left-hand side, that's like over here somewhere, right around there. You see that? That was just over $8 a share. And then over here, just kind of where my forehead is there, that's February, we were approaching $8. And now right over here, we're now in the 724 area for SoFi. If we break 850, that number for sure will be the highest level for this stock in over a year. The last time we were 850 or beyond that was when we came down from the 20s. There is a gap right up after that. If these shares, which are now 730 right now, SoFi 730 right now, if these shares go higher, here's another chart. That's the same chart, just so you know, in a different design. If these shares break through $8.50 a share, watch out. SoFi is gone. We're up to the 10-12 neighborhood easily. And we get into those numbers, we're going to start talking a lot around here about option writing. We're going to start talking about it. And we're going to start scheming about option writing strategies that will bring you some dough. My goodness, is it going to be something else? It's a whole new day when we start talking about you guys writing options on your SoFi shares, because the amount of capital that's going to come into your hands from SoFi. Some of you out there, you know already what this means, but many of you have not yet grasped how significant SoFi is going to be in your lives. If you're going to be an option writer, which most of you are becoming here, there are going to be people here writing 10, 50, 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 5,000 contracts on SoFi every few weeks and months. Some of you are going to write, say, on 10,000 shares of SoFi, you're going to write 100 contracts, bring in $3 in premium. That's 30 grand coming into your hot little hands right now. And if in 2 months you buy those back for 8 grand and clear 22,000 and bring in another 30,000 and do it all over again, you're already bringing in $11,000 a month from your SoFi. That's 130,000 a year in income. Many of you will say goodbye to your day jobs. You're going to say goodbye to dead-end jobs, dead-end careers, stress generators that you don't need anymore. You're going to become a bona fide asset manager of your own wealth. Once your SoFi's hit 30, 40 bucks a share, there are viewers here who are going to be sitting on $500,000 of SoFi and up. Many dozens of you. you're never going to work again. There's no way. No employer will be able to steal you away from your own account. It's impossible. I'm excited for you guys. My God, am I excited. Bagel, babe. Oh my God, 850 on SoFi. My heart couldn't take it. SoFi is big green candle here, Bruce. Dude, number 133. Flint, 738. This thing's going. That's right. That's right. You've seen nothing. You've seen nothing yet. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We haven't even started. You're in the parking lot for a concert that you're going to. You're in the parking lot. You're not even at the front door. Get ready. SoFi volume so far in 6 minutes, 4.8 million so far this morning. And that's an approximation, I'm guessing. 734, high today, 738. SoFi is going to make this channel's viewers extremely wealthy. It's going to change accounts in this channel completely. And what I fear, the worst fear I have, some of you are going to sell too soon. You're going to sell way too early because you're not going to believe it. You're going to see prices for your stock that's just, you're not used to it. And you're going to go, well, I got like a 5-something average. I got a $6 average. I got a 750 average. So I can get out now. I can make, I can break even. I'm good. No, you're not. No, you're not good. No, you're not there yet. You have got to get into your head the notion that you're going to live off of your option premiums from SoFi, not the price of the stock, the premiums from the stock. That is what you're going to live on. You've got to buy into that completely. And if you don't, you are shortchanging yourself dramatically. And I'm praying to God none of you do it. 2509 on GameStop. Thank you, Nazareth, for letting us in on that. All my SoFi shares in every account are green today. Yippee, says JR. GameStop, 2509, and it looks like it's going higher. The earnings come out Wednesday after the bell. And GameStop, hey, 27 to 30 is doable. Remember, $25 a share on GameStop is $100 a share pre-split. That's all this is. This is a nothing burger. There are viewers here who've been here for 2 years, and you know that at 150 to 180 a share, that's a nothing burger. That's $37.50 to $40+ a share. So we're still early days here. Oh, don't sell the golden goose, says Lame Duck. There you go. And as the viewers of this channel, you need to look at how much you can make per month on every couple of months, not the value of the account. If you can make 10% a month on the premiums, that's the way to go. Think about it this way. If you have an account worth $200,000 in SoFi, GameStop, and deep in the money calls that you own, and you can generate 10% a month on a $200,000 account, that's $20,000 a month. Are you making $20,000 a month at your job? Many of you. Are there folks here watching who have husband and wife working? Both of you. And combined, you're making $20,000 a month? I don't think so. Not many. There's a few. JR, no way I'm selling. Financial, Mr. I had a good till cancel order for a right set for Friday on a GameStop April 24, $30 strike call. It just hit. I just sold a $30 strike for $450, and I'm not upset about this. I don't think you should be upset about that. That's a nice little hit there. $30 call, $450. That's all premium. That's all time. Not a bad move there. You're going to notice if GameStop keeps going up, it's now 25.17. The sirens are going outside because they're celebrating. 25.23 on GameStop. The higher your GameStop goes, the more active your options will get. Because many of you have been crying to me in your beer, oh, my options don't trade much, and I'm having trouble doing rollovers. I understand. It's all right. I get it. That's coming to an end. If GameStop is going higher here, the GameStop contracts will light up because the gamblers will come in here. They'll notice they're still watching. They know it's up 59 cents to 25.23. They see it. Get ready for 745 on your SoFi, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. 745, make that 746 on SoFi. How about that? Yeah, Zed is noticing it. Touch, you wouldn't sell an apartment building, would you? I don't know why I'd own an apartment building. I don't know why I would own an apartment building compared to having a liquid assets in the markets. There's liquidity in apartment buildings, but it's slow motion liquidity. But hey, if it's your game, if it's your life, it's your passion, it's your your zen. It's what you're about. Knock yourself out. Go for it. It's great. There are millionaires out there, billionaires who are real estate owners. Yes, there are also billionaires, many who are in the market. It's up to you to decide where you're going to go with your wealth. It's up to you. Folks have found me and this channel, however they've done it, and they look at this face made for radio and go, I think this guy's onto something. If I write options on stuff I'm sitting on, why shouldn't I take in this income? I can make this income on an asset I'm holding. I've been holding stocks and ETFs and mutual funds for decades, some of you say. I've gotten dividends and I've had the ups and downs of the bull and bear market and but I get a mediocre return all the time, like somewhere in the middle of the market. And I have to depend on everyone else to make millions for me to make thousands. Maybe it's time you decide, I'm getting on. I would like to be in a position to not be at work for 40 hours of work and 10 hours of commute time back and forth every day. That's 50 hours a week I don't want to do there. I'd rather be with Uncle Bruce and this gang of his for 6-8 hours a day during the week, 30 hours a week, hang out with this crew and write options on assets I own. I have assets I can get my hands on. And I don't have to work downtown. And I can make more money doing this with these guys and talking to these people, my fellow members over here. This is way more fun. This is the office crowd I like to hang out with. Well, that's what's going on. Nice to have you here. Where are we at now? The Dow's down 13 points. Okay, nothing going on the Dow. We're up 9 on S&P. We're up 39 on NASDAQ. Oil up 165. SoFi, 743 now. 746. And GameStop, 25.39, up 75 cents. Going higher. Home Skillet, thumbs ups for you, Uncle Bruce. Robert, when percentage issuish can get a bigger gain on a stock by writing options and then buying bonds, so why buy bonds? What are your thoughts on bonds? Yeah, I would avoid bonds at this point. I'm look, if you got $200 million, you have advisors that help you with bonds. Okay, if you're a $500,000 investor or less, you can't live off of bonds necessarily. I'm not in that area anyway. It's not my specialty. You can make a nice buck on options here. GameStop back testing 25.25. Let's see if it holds. Yeah, let's see. Financial. I am also sitting on SoFi January 24, 550 put right. I sold it for 129, currently trading at 59 cents. As I have been encouraging you guys to go to 6s, 7s, move into higher puts. Your SoFi is telling you, I don't want to be at 445 a share. I don't want to be at 550 a share. I want to be at $10, $12 a share. It's 750 now. 750 on your SoFi. These 550s have taken good care of you. Stink bid them out of there and move into 650s or 7s. Let's go. Time to bring in a bigger premium. Let's get going. Love it. I love this. Welcome everybody to the party, pal. 750 on SoFi on the day now. The high of the day, 751. Congratulations, SoFi shareholders. You ain't seen nothing yet. This is a nothing burger, but we're $1 away. Maybe we're 80 cents away, but I'm going to say 850 or above. It's all over. It's gone. We're gone now. Now we're gone. The last of the resistance is less than $1 away on SoFi. That's the bitter reality, and it's a wonderful reality. SoFi volume 11 million in 15 minutes. Okay, very good. GameStop 25.40 here. The low on GameStop today. Let me just double check here. The low today 24.49 on GameStop. 24.49. The high of 25.50, and we're at 25.40 right now, up 76 cents on GameStop on 562,000. It's a little more than lately normal, but not heavy yet. But it tells you this is going higher. Deuce Caboose says Deuce likes 50-cent moves. Oh, I do like them, he says. Yeah, well, when SoFi goes up to 752 and it's up 50 cents a share, not bad. Yeah, not bad at all, Deuce Caboose. Get ready for the new normal. You're going to get richer now. 753 high of the day on SoFi right now. AI shooting up, says JR. There you go. 34 cents. Unity up 41. NVIDIA up $1.25. The Dow only down 9. Smart Rent's up a dime. Tesla's up $677 at the $220 mark. This is another day to investigate the possibility of rollovers on your Tesla contracts. It's time to look at rollovers. Now, some of you have got deep in the money calls that are 80s, 90s, 100s, 110s, 120s. You might find that later today, sometime today, you might make a rollover on your deep in the money calls on Tesla. You might go from 8100s to 120s, 140s, and they're cheaper to buy. 90-10 rule. Remember, you might be able to go from 3 contracts to 4 or 5 to 6 deep in the money Tesla calls to write another call. Now you're going to write a 225 a couple of months out for big, stupid money. That's what you're going to do. Think about this. If you can write another call on your Tesla and bring in $25 a share, again, I'm asking you if this can be done. Could you bring in $2,500 on a Tesla call, knowing that you could write one more? Would that be worth your while to use your margin on your account to go in margin $5,000 with what you're doing with a rollover, and then bring in $2,500 right away from a new contract, so your margin is now down to $2,500 to step up to another call and leverage up your Tesla position? Can you leverage up your Tesla position without using any margin? Can you sell $100 calls and buy 140s? They're going to be a lot less, allowing you to buy an additional call cash and then write that new contract against it, which is additional cash. Look into this. Deuce Caboose, the days of 5s and 6 sucked. Let's just breeze on by $7 for SoFi, please. Let's just go 756 on your SoFi now. 756. The Dow's up 2 points. We seem to have gone green over there. At least it looks like it. 756 on SoFi on 13.5 million volume now in 18 minutes. Okay, everybody. JR, Uncle Bruce, I tell conservative friends about the futility of boycotting TGT, razor thin margins, etc., blank stares, and trash about grooming, and hubris about the power of the little guy bankrupting TGT. Really? Sheesh. There you go. Okay, well, there it is. What can I say? NVIDIA down 39 cents. SoFi 751 with a high of 754. Nice little start to the day here. AI up 64, Unity up 23, GameStop up 84 cents to 25.48. Beautiful stuff, everybody. Blair, what a great day. And I have $9 SoFi calls for July 21 when they're out. I closed 3 times, 5 calls at more than 100% gain. So Blair is one happy guy. The markets are moving in the right direction. 25.48 on GameStop. 25.50 for the high of the session on 711,000. GameStop is moving higher. Definitely moving higher. SoFi 753 at the high of the day. 754. 760 is the high of the day now on your SoFi. Looking very nice so far this morning. But again, 850 is the magic price. As far as I'm concerned, there might be the exact number might be 832.5 or whatever it is. I don't care. 850 or more on SoFi breakout. Major breakout for SoFi. We're just about there. Spare, I'm happy to gain money for a rollover on GameStop. I'm a happy guy. Do not fear the upside. Embrace it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Love this. Tesla up 594 to 219.91. Apple's up 270. Google up 120. Moderna up $3. Cisco up 13. Pfizer up 21. IBM up $1. Good stuff. We've got HPQ down 20. Go figure. Microsoft up 62. 23andMe at 211, up 6 cents. Matterport up 8.5, 269.5. Amazon down 24. Home Depot down $1.30. Vanik down $1.20. Netflix up 350 to 404. Adobe is down 580, but it's still 430.5. Goldman down $1.12 a share. Boeing down 345. Meta Platforms, Facebook down 176. Royal Caribbean down 3 cents at 86.20. That's a little overpriced by $35 a share. What can I say? What else go down? Target down 80. JP Morgan down 144. Costco's up 236. Walmart up 165. Disney's at $90. Thank you, Ron DeSantis, for destroying the wealth of Disney shareholders from 100 something to 90. Well done. Congratulations. American Airlines down 6 cents, $14.80 on American Airlines. DraftKings up 24 cents to 25.16. How about that? Good old DraftKings. All right, Dow down 11, S&P up 9. NASDAQ seems to be up 39 or so. 741 on SoFi, high of the session, 760. Great day today. You got to love the way this is going. Oil up 130 a barrel. That's all. $73 a barrel, barely hanging on. Interesting markets. GameStop 25.40 up 76 cents. JR, do you mean Ronnie DeSantis Claus? Is he real? Yeah, he's the piece of work. Oh, pretty boy. I love those white boots he wears to floods. It's fashionable. Really nice. Oh, man. NVIDIA down $290 at $390.35. SoFi now 744 to 746. Climbing a little bit again. SoFi volume today, 15.8 million in 23 minutes. AI is up 48. Unity up 25. GameStop at 25.48, up 84 cents. The high today, 25.58. Volume now approaching 800,000 on GameStop this morning. Smart Rent up a nickel. Tesla up 492. Apple up 226. Way to go, guys. Fun times. Way to go. Dude is saying, I'm taking my strike price up on these rollovers, GameStop, slowly but surely. I'm trying to get more and more time premium with each move up. That's what you want. Exactly what you want. More time premium on your roll-ups. Perfect. That's what you're looking for. Congratulations, everybody. Welcome to the party this morning. Hope you're having fun with this opening. Splair, when SoFi touches 8 today, I'll start then to celebrate just a little bit. There you go. Thank you, Splair. I think there'll be a lot of celebrating going on. 8, 9, $10 a share on SoFi. Ooh, this channel is going to be doing a lot of celebrating. A lot of payback is coming this way for a lot of viewers of this channel, just on SoFi, let alone Matterport, Smart Rent, and others. Early days, big moves coming. Fantastic, everybody. Thank you. Let's see. Santa SoFi has to come to town. Spicy Android. Every time I wore out on GameStop play, jump and FaceTiming me. Splair TV at $10, of course. I'd be on a party. JR, Robert, we've been so nice. Financial Mischief. I have a little fun story. A few weeks ago, I made a mistake. I hit the wrong button here. I misclicked while looking through GameStop's option chain, and I bought 13 April 2024 $15 calls at $5.80 each. I'm now up 97% from my mistake. Oops. There you go. Wing Commander, Uncle Bruce, my June 20 GameStops are trading at book value. Thoughts on moving in Jan 25s or April 27s? Pretty much lateral moves in terms of premiums. I'd make this move, and I'd make it now. You want to get into time premium only on your contracts. Get moving. Yes, get rolling instantly. Make it happen. Absolutely. 25s, 27s, good idea. 25.42 last trade right there. Matthew, Smart Rent, is it halted? Splair, damn, that was an expensive mistake. Expected you to adjust it early. Let's see here. A Smart Rent halted? I don't know about that. It's 355.5, up 2.5 cents. I don't know if it's halted or not. If anyone knows, let me know on Smart Rent. There you go. The Dow off 17 points. All right, let me take a look over here. Over to there. And over to there. There we go. Let's go over there. And I don't see a halt on it. 356 trading. I do not see a halt on the stock. If anyone notices anything, do let me know. All right. Okay. All righty. NVIDIA down 250. SoFi at 742. GameStop 25.40. Unity's up 22. AI up 39. That's what we got going this morning on this marketplace. Giddy up, everybody. Matthew says it's back. It's back. All right. Well, it's 354, up a penny on 260,000, according to CNBC. Does not look halted. Was 365 about 20 minutes ago. It's 354, up a penny. I don't see anything dramatic going on here that would cause any issues. Okay. Lots of activity. Way to go, you guys. Apple stock at an all-time high ahead of the worldwide developer conference for Apple. I love how they call it the worldwide developer conference. You know what it really is? It's a show and tell. It's a show and tell for Apple to promote itself. That's what we used to call it in the old days, a show and tell. Tell the world what you're up to and how great you're going to be. That's all there's to it. Nothing to get excited about there. But hey, it's all right. Hey, show and tells are good. Show and tells are very good. Congratulations, everybody, on an active, fun morning this morning. Nice to have you here. Thank you again, all of you, for popping by to say hello, joining us for the party. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you to those of you who have hit the thumbs up button already. 146 have come in. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the 146 thumbs ups. And thank you to the members of this channel that keep us on the air, especially those of you who are Gold Bagel members of this channel. You guys are awesome stuff. As a matter of fact, let me pop that Gold Bagel logo up there. See if I can get that up. There it is right there. There's our Gold Bagel logo. Thank you, Gold Bagel members. You're the best. And don't forget, Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only live. Talk to me. Tell me what you're doing, what you need advice on. Let's go from there. Compare notes. Fantastic. Let's see. What else is going on here? Dude is saying, would love to get back to the land of $4 for 30 strikes, but for now, I wrote a GameStop Jan 24 at 20, got 775s, rolling up my 915s at 755. Marcus, Smart Rent is trading. It's not halted. Richard Carlin, neat. The emojis are coming out from Richard. Giddy up, everybody. We're at 354 on Smart Rent, up a penny on 266,000. And we have the Dow off just 55. We're up 5 on S&P. We're up 17 on NASDAQ. We got SoFi at 749, now 750. It's coming on again. And GameStop 25.10, up 46 cents today. JR also a knee attack happening over at the JR compound here. Richard and JR are having a knee war here. Here we go. Knee. It's happening. Can't stop the knee attack sometimes. It's just the way it is. What can I tell you? 148 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for the knee attack and 4 thumbs ups. Don't forget, the Knights of Knee are here to protect you, to make sure your stocks go the direction you want them to go. There they are. The knee attacks are coming in. JR is all over him. I'm winning. I'm winning on the knee attack, says JR. There you have it. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you for being part of the party here. Nice to have you here. 149 thumbs ups. We need 51 more to reach 200, which is our objective every day on this channel. Thank you for helping me out to get to 200 thumbs ups. 356 on Smart Rent, up 3 cents. 358 on Smart Rent, up 5. Here it goes. Smart Rent is moving up. There you go. JR, well, not yet, but early for wine, but I'm winning. JR, thank you. Bobby Atkinson, licking my lips. HBQ pullback this morning. I'm loving it. JR, neat. Here we go. The knee emojis from JR. Thank you all. The Dow just jumped big time. It's up 31 points. The Dow just turned around 80 points in 2 minutes. S&P up 12. NASDAQ up 33. Interesting stuff. Auntie Jen is here. How you doing, Auntie Jen?
I'm up and out of bed.
She's up and out of bed. I notice you do not have a walker or a cane.
Nope. No. I decided today not to. Just going for it.
How about that? SoFi.
Yeah.
750. Up 50 cents here.
A little anticipation.
Looking good. GameStop 25.27 up 63 cents.
A little anticipation.
GameStop is moving. People are rolling their contracts this morning. Tesla is up 568 to 219. It's already hit 220 today. Yeah, we're moving up today. We got some winners here. Winner, chicken dinner.
People were
looking good.
Doing some work when it was down at 180.
Yeah, people are reacting to that IBM video I made the other day.
Yeah, they like it?
I think so. Ed Hawkins, thumbs ups activated. Bobby Atkinson, $32 strike is a great spot to watch this stock. I'm not sure which one we're talking about.
Strike.
Oh, HBQ. He's talking about HBQ here. HBQ shares right now are 30.08, down 47 cents, and Bobby's having fun.
There you go.
Microsoft up a dime, ME up 6, Matterport up 7.5. IBM up 89 cents to 133.31. Pfizer up 49 cents. Cisco up 28. Moderna up 198.
It's obviously up because of that video you made.
It must be. Google up 142. Apple up 250. Tesla up 520. Yep, Worldwide Developer Conference, known as a show and tell.
Yes.
Do you remember we used to do? We used to go to show and tells.
Dog and pony shows.
Dog and pony shows. JR, good morning, Auntie Jen. Richard, good morning, Auntie Jen. Splair, very good morning to Auntie Jen.
JR, it's not too early for wine.
It's never too early for wine, JR. It's never too early.
I missed the third one. Who else is good morning?
Splair from Dortmund.
Good
morning, Splair.
From Dortmund.
748 to 750 on SoFi. GameStop 25.28. Unity is up. AI off just 7 cents. Nvidia down 4.11. JR shorting. Manager shorting Nvidia.
There.
We know that. Yeah. Flint Creek Soap Company. My accidental SoFi position I originally paid $6 for is now 2 options worth 120. That was easy.
See?
There you go.
There you go.
JR is smiling. Happy wine day right there. Yeah, baby.
Isn't that the name for Monday? I thought Monday was wine day.
Yeah, Monday's wine day.
Is everybody wine?
Yeah.
It's my man. I want to go.
Oh, no. Goodness gracious.
I don't want to get out of bed.
I don't want to get out of bed.
So did you tell everybody what you did yesterday?
I did, yeah. Beach Boy says it's a cane. It's a caneless antigen.
That's me.
That's right.
That's right.
And we have Beach Boy to thank for that,
that's
along
right.
with many other viewers who contributed to the antigen. Let's get her a new hip fund, and it's paying off. We went for a walk yesterday to the Lilac Festival. I talked about this earlier.
Just us and 100,000 close personal friends.
We were out for about 2 hours, and we're
Is it
mentioning,
like every 10th person has a dog?
yeah,
Why
Jen
do
and
you
I,
hate your dog so much?
Jen and I were mentioning this morning to each other about how well Auntie Jen did yesterday going for this stroll.
Well, because you're not walking, you're stroll. Because there's
We're
crowds of people.
meandering
You're
down the street with
meandering.
everybody else. But
Don't
the best part about it was Auntie Jen had no hip pain
Yeah, that's
the
good.
entire time. I mentioned
It
this.
was hot,
I mentioned this beer garden that we stood in,
yes,
and
but managed to find a little bit of shade.
yeah, we
There's a
stood
little
in
bit
it
there.
and bought a $7 beer. But
Oh,
what we were
honey.
saying was that even during the standing of that,
Yes.
you had no discomfort.
No, I can.
No
I can
hip, no
stand
no
now.
pain, no cane, no walking sticks.
Look out, Europe.
Jen on her own.
She's going on tour.
She's going out there. She's on her own,
To
and
quote Mel Brooks,
now we're getting
we're
ready.
going on tour.
We're going on a trip. We're going traveling. We're going to New York. We're coming to New York, kids. It is April. It is October. We'll be there,
It is.
and we're looking forward to
Oh.
meet and greet with you
I-
guys.
yes.
Some of you, anyway. Jr., my poor stomach can't handle wine anymore, so I stick with margaritas. Says Jr.
Well, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, I got
You
to
know.
do it. It was a pleasure to contribute to the fun. So happy to hear of Auntie Jen's progress.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
so
you,
many
thank
of you
everyone.
were so kind to us, contributing to her hip fund, and it's just
As
paying
we were
off.
saying last night that I would do it again tomorrow.
If her other hip was in pain right now,
Oh.
we would already have booked our surgery
not a whisper of a doubt.
without even any hesitation whatsoever.
It's given
So
my
good.
life back.
Given her life back,
Yeah.
indeed, has made a huge difference for us. We have been inside this apartment now for
month?
coming up to a month, and we're moving gazillions of boxes. We're cutting them up. We're folding
We
boxes.
got so much
We're
crap.
building shelving from IKEA. We're twisting. We're lifting. We're dropping. We're picking up.
How many times can a guy bend over in
How
one
many
day?
times can a guy bend over in a day? Is the question one of my good friends asked me one day. And Auntie Jen, there isn't a peep out of Auntie Jen with regards to discomfort in her hip. Nothing.
Yeah.
So you forget about it. You
You
forget
do.
about how it doesn't hurt.
You do.
You forget.
And you forget about what it was before.
Oh, how
You
bad
do.
it was.
Yeah, you forget.
As a matter of fact, this
like
is
last year, I never would have gone to the Alive.
no. This is June the 5th, 2023, and I was saying to Jen
I
that
think we moved in a month ago.
that's right.
Yeah.
But I was saying a year ago. Here we are. That's July. The way to know, what were we doing a year ago? You know how you figure it out? You go to your iPhone and you enter images from your photos. You look at photos from a year ago, and a year
What are you
ago,
showing?
we were looking at this. This was what our view was. I'll show Auntie Jen. That was a year ago.
Oh yeah,
I'll
we
show
did.
you. That was a year ago.
Oh, talk about another hot day.
That's
Oh my
what we
gosh.
were looking at. That was a Sunday.
We were hanging on to a sliver of shade.
A Sunday in Berlin
at the Brandenburg Gate.
at the Brandenburg Gate, and
Again, just us and 40,000 of your close
that
person.
that is correct. And that I believe it was that evening. It was that evening. I went here to this establishment. That establishment is located inside the main train station in Berlin.
And being a Sunday.
Yeah, so it was a Sunday, and we're in the hotel, and what do you want to eat? What do you want to have for dinner?
Oh,
what do you want to have?
Cream for coffee.
We were out, at Brandenburg Gate at the Starbucks, watching the people coming and going, and we took a cab back to our hotel. And after an hour, I think we went to the pool in the hotel.
Cool
We came upstairs. Oh, what do you want to have? Well, we need some stuff. I said, I know what I'll do. I'll rent a bicycle outside the hotel. I'll drive it to the train station because it's Sunday. It's the only place you can go and shop.
It's in a grocery store.
There's a grocery store there. There's a McDonald's. There's a Subway. There's everything. Why not bring back some McDonald's?
Train stations are all.
Bring back a Big Mac for Auntie Jen, a quarter pounder, double quarter pounder for Uncle Bruce. Head to the grocery store, buy some beer, buy some cream for the coffee.
Probably some cola.
Caffeine-free Diet Coke. And that's what I did. I rented a bike. I drove over to the train station. It had a basket in the front of it, loaded it up, brought it back to the hotel. The bicycle cost me, I think it was 2 or 3 euros each direction.
Yeah.
It's a joke. Through the park. Beautiful.
And we enjoyed they are a game changer.
And we enjoyed McDonald's in Berlin in a very not expensive hotel, but a 4-star hotel. We enjoyed McDonald's. And got ready for my Monday show the next day from Berlin.
Right. There it is.
That's a year ago. So that's how you know what you did a year ago. You go to your photos and you figure, I took photos on the so-and-so day. I took photos on such and such. Where were we? Well, last year we were in Berlin.
And just like with your still photos, we have to be really diligent and put in the comments, put who the people were or where we were or why we were. That it already has the date and the place for you. Now you just have to add a comment.
It's true. It's true.
We're going through so many pictures right now.
Oh my God.
Relatives from when Bruce was little. We'll have to get a cute one and show the people.
Ed Hawkins is our comedian, in-house comedian.
Okay.
Uncle Bruce, I'm positive on my SoFi position. Is this when I sell it and cash out? Everybody wants to be Jerry Seinfeld. I are Aaron 1 month and I haven't seen or heard a bagel crunch yet.
See?
No, I haven't heard it.
Because he's turned to the muesli.
Well, I do the muesli in a little bit here. Zeta State sold a put on SoFi October 2023, $6 SoFi, originally for $172. I can buy it back for 49 cents. Should I just close the position or roll into a new contract? If so, what new strike would you suggest? Yes, buy it back and write 7s or 8s. Yeah. Look at writing 7s or 8s for more premium and enjoy this run up. Spicy May 4th, I bought 10 $5 options for 2025 on SoFi. They cost me $175. Each. I'm up 130% now on those contracts.
Nice.
Beach Boy, here is 30 shekels. Bought back AI 32 cash secured puts for $2,000 gains. Auntie Jen for the next trip limb fund. Thank you, Uncle Bruce.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beach Boy. The next limb to be repaired for Auntie Jen. We're building that pot now.
Trying to figure out a cruise that might go to that part of the world.
Yeah, we're thinking of cruising, going on a cruise. We're talking about a European trip, maybe a cruise.
Norovirus?
Are we ready for norovirus? Oh,
people, wash your hands when you're in the bathroom.
That definitely holds us up.
Easy.
Yikes. Yeah, well, there you go. Thank you, Beach Boy.
On that note, I'm out of here. Thanks, Beach Boy.
Thanks, Beach Boy. She says there's thumbs ups for Beach Boy and everybody else here on this channel.
Coffee. I'll let JR have the margarita.
JR, you enjoy the margarita. Jen is getting decaffeinated coffee going.
That's right.
All right. Awesome stuff. Go Rugman. Oh, fun times, everybody. 356 on Smart Rent. Nothing much going on. We're at 302,000 traded, so not much happening over there. But we are looking at a good day here, although the Dow's off 88 points. Dow's doing whatever it's doing. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. We've got S&P off 1/10 of a point. NASDAQ is up 12 points. That's what we have at the moment. Oil up $1.06 a barrel. There you go. And then Ed is saying, I bought my first SoFis back in the $20 days. I followed your advice and kept nibbling on the dips, and now I'm sitting here on the plus side. Right on, Ed. Welcome to the party, pal. Wait till it goes back to the 20s again, and you're really going to be smiling. Manager, $1,671 made. I got my coffee and bagel money on NVIDIA. Just covered my short, and way to go, pal. Lifting that average up there. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. NVIDIA, 389.29 right now is where it's at, down 398. SoFi, 744. up 41. We've got GameStop at 25.10, up 46 cents. That's where we're at here, everybody. Congratulations on those of you making money out there. Those put writers who've listened to me, you are being rewarded for writing those cash secured puts on your SoFi big time. And this does not stop. This is going to continue. You can look at writing puts on GameStop if you have the capital, but on SoFi, definitely you want to look at that. No question about it. A most interesting run going on some of these stocks here. What else is happening here? Pfizer 38.63. Look at writing. You want to write cash secured puts on Pfizer. 35s, 36s. Take a look at those. I don't know if there's any premiums in there. And let's see here. Keeping an eye on these other markets here. Netflix up 650 today. Big move there. Interesting run on these markets. We're off 93 on the Dow. We're off 1.8 on S&P, and we're off 2 points, 2.5 on NASDAQ. That's where we're at right now, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. Great to see you. Thank you for these thumbs ups today. 161 now. Fantastic. 161 thumbs ups. Very much appreciated. All keep those cards and letters coming in. Thank you, Beach Boy, for that donation. Appreciate those of you who do well out there. Throw a few shekels our way, whether through PayPal donations or super chats. You guys are awesome. It all helps. Thank you all very, very much. Again, thank you to those of you who have been taking the classes and building up your knowledge on how options work. I'm excited for you guys, and your upside potential is just phenomenal. Option premiums coming your way, as if some aren't getting it already. It's fantastic. Love this. The Dow down 65, S&P and NASDAQ just went green again. Oil is only up 70 cents. Cannot catch a break. Oil cannot catch a big bid, even with Saudi Arabia saying, oh, we're going to cut 1 million barrels a day from production. Not enough. There's so much oil sloshing around out there. It's not going to make enough of a difference. Very, very interesting markets, kids. Welcome to the party, pals. Nice to have you here. SoFi now 737, up 33 cents on the session. All right. There we go. Down 65 on the Dow. Oil up only 68 cents. It's coming back. Oil is coming back right now. Fab, everybody. Fabulous. 25.05 GameStop up 41 cents. Unity up 40. AI up 3. SoFi up 34. NVIDIA down 261. Tesla's up 380. SmartRent up 4 cents. Apple up 257. Google up 163. Moderna up $1.30. Cisco up 24. Pfizer up 33. IBM up 54. HPQ 29.93, down 62 cents. Microsoft up 84 cents. ME is unchanged at 205. Matterport up 6.5 to 267.5. Amazon up 73 cents. Netflix up 7.50. Adobe down 7.30. Goldman down $1. Boeing down 4. Facebook up 68. Royal Caribbean up 38 cents to 86.62. Defies logic. Manager, I've shorted 5,000 PLTR as the run will not stand and will be sold off. He is convinced there's a pullback coming there. We've got Target down 237. JP Morgan off 188. Costco 421 to the upside right now. Walmart is ahead $2.30. That's a big move for Walmart. 230 at 151. Disney down 43. American Airlines down 11. There you are as we speak. Very interesting markets on the session, everybody. SoFi 735. Great day. It looks like another great week happening. Congrats, everybody. Keep up the good work, you kids, writing those put contracts. You get a chance to write cash secured puts on SoFi. 6s or 7s, 750s. Yeah, take these premiums. Make sure you're getting time value on top of everything else, and a little pop up in the market. Boom, you make another 40, 50, 60, 80, 90 cents a contract. Thank you very much. Taking money off the table every time. Why not? They're handing it to you. Take the money. Very nice. Rocket Lab 483. Writing $5 cash secured puts on Rocket Lab might not be a bad idea either. Going out in time, bringing you some time premium. Why not? If you can write 450s or 550s, might be an idea. Very interesting markets. Thank you all. Welcome to the party. Very, very good. Very, very interesting session. Thank you again for thumbs ups. 168. We're 32 away from hitting 200 thumbs ups. I love this. Giddy up. Brian, Apple is at all-time highs. Must be Honey Crisp apples. And good morning, Auntie Jen from Mandu number 5. Thank you for passing on your regards to Jen. She's been here and she's doing great. Hip is fantastic and getting stronger, and more endurance is growing on her. We were out yesterday 2 hours and she was not winded at all. Big difference from a year ago. A year ago, she was walking with a cane everywhere we were in Germany, in Berlin. We were walking slowly in pain everywhere. It was a year ago, kind of a year ago now, that we decided in Berlin that Jennifer was going to get her hip operation that winter, and we got back here in August, and by September we had made arrangements to get her into Eisenhower Medical in Rancho Mirage, California. That happened very quickly, and now it's almost 6 months ago that she had the operation. It's incredible the time, how it flies. It's amazing, exciting. Robert Benson, 40% up on Rocket Lab cash secured puts. Yeah, baby. Way to go, Robert. The money is waiting for you guys. You just need to write them. SoFi, Rocket Lab, why not? Giddy up, everyone. Well done, everybody. Well done. GameStop back at holding at $25.12 now on a volume of 1.25 million shares for GameStop. The high of $25.50 looks like it's hanging right in there. A volume on SoFi today sitting at 731, 25.3 million in 53 million minutes. So half a million a minute. Typical day, 40 million, 45 million shares. We're going to easily break that today. No problem. On your SoFi. Okay. Smart Rent holding a 1 penny gain. Tesla up 340. Apple at 267 uptick right now. 183.62 today on Apple. Google up 156. Very interesting day here. Moderna up $1, Cisco up 11, Pfizer up 33, IBM up 81 cents. Interesting sessions today. All right, everybody. Flint Creek is growing again. Just took over production for yet another company. Right on, Flint Creek Soap Company. Way to go. And let's go. Down 80 on the Dow, up 0.73 on S&P, up 9.6 on NASDAQ. Oil is only ahead by 46 cents. Oil cannot seem to hold the move up today. Fantastic, everybody. Welcome to the party, all of you. Nice to have you here. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Thank you for throwing these thumbs ups to us. Appreciate that. Thank you, those of you becoming subscribers of the channel. Those of you becoming members of this channel. 171 thumbs ups, only 29 away from 200. what number we're gunning for. Thank you all. We have another 5 minutes to go in our show, and we're just about at 200 thumbs ups yet again. Thank you, all of you, for your encouragement and support. Beautiful stuff. All right. Matterport 270 now, up 9.5 today. 23andMe up 5 cents. No, up a half a penny, 205.5. We've got where else are we at right now? Apple up 250, Cisco up 15, Tesla up 341, Microsoft up 72, Pfizer up 27, Google up 142, Unity up 26 today. So got some green here showing up here and there. All righty. Following all kinds of different stuff here today. Thank you all for being part of the party today. Right on. Interest rate wise, the 10-year treasury for the USA is at 3.67. It's dropping. The US dollar against the euro is slipping a little bit. It was down to the 106.75, now back to 107. The pound was down to 124, now at 124.1. It's a little stronger against the US dollar, not much. Asian markets yesterday were higher, or overnight were higher. European markets slightly lower, half a percentage point in the Germany, French 0.8. The FTSE is almost unchanged in the UK. The American market, though, down a quarter of a percentage point for the Dow, but the others are flat. Oil up 40 cents at the moment per barrel. There you have it. 173 thumbs ups coming through. And we're approaching the 2-hour mark for our show today. Thank you, everybody. Splair is saying, just in case, I'm wishing all you bagels here having a great, successful day. Flint Creek says, thank you, everybody, for your support. And Zed, am I the only guy that needs to roll my GameStop? I must be late to the party. Tesla 217 says, Zed, Bobby, something's happening here. Sounds like Flint is hiring. Better get indeed. There you go. Congratulations, Flint Creek. 732 on SoFi, up 29. GameStop 25.16, up 52 cents on your GameStop today. And your Tesla shares 217.18, up 321. Apple at 183.70, up 275. We got some gains happening on some of our favorite issues. JJ, I rolled my GameStops on Friday. Splair, Flint, do you need a good company worker from Germany? And BW, I sold SoFi cash secured puts, says BW. It's dropping. So you're welcome. I have that kind of magic, that bad kind. Not a problem, BW. You're going to be fine. Drew, Zed Estate, I also rolled my GameStop on Friday. Get those GameStops rolled over. Keep doing it, you guys. Don't be sitting on deep in the money calls here. Get moving, move forward in time, and write time premium contracts. Replace your book value contracts with time premium contracts. That's what you want to be doing to protect yourselves. Get those strike prices up, and let's go. Time to make that move. Absolutely. And 731, great time to look at writing cash secured puts on SoFi. Also, Rocket Lab 480 down a dime right now. Right, Rocket Lab cash secured puts. Get out there. Bring in premiums. Absolutely. Very well done, everybody. Thank you all. I will see you guys again tomorrow right here at 8 o'clock for Gold Bagel members for the pre-alert show, 8:30 for all the rest of you out there. Come on by and say hi and join us. Let's do a little knee emoji attack before we call it a morning. Thank you all for being part of this channel. Do I have to sell my deep in the money GameStops to buy back my 19s and 20s, Uncle Bruce? It all depends on your position. If you've got margin, you've got margin. If you don't, maybe you'll do some rollovers of your deep in the monies, but definitely do some forward moves. Buy back your contracts that are in the money and right out of the money contracts or at the money contracts for time premium. Go forward to January 24 and beyond. Bring in some premiums. Thank you to Richard, Carlin, Nico, John Anderson, Splair, Home Skillet, JR. Here come the knee emojis from everybody else. The knee emoji attack is on. 177 thumbs ups. Thank you, all of you, for these thumbs ups today. We're getting closer to 200. The rerunners out there will get us over 200 thumbs ups without any question whatsoever. Thank you all for being part of the show today. Thank you, Dean, for your thumbs ups and knee emojis. Also, Home Skillet. Here they are. Neat. There we go. BP. I need to sell deep in the money calls to get the powder then to roll. JJ rolled my GameStop June 20s to this January 25s for a credit on Friday. Alex, neat, Mr. Premium, neat. There you go. There we come with the knee emojis and the thumbs ups. They're coming through. Thank you all. 179 on the thumbs up meter. We're only 21 away from 200. Kareem, neat, VP, neat. Make your moves, make your roll ups, get into time premium contracts. Enjoy the session. Keep an eye on these markets. I'll do the same with you. We'll see you here tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and let's see if we can get you guys even richer. Thank you all for the thumbs ups and your support, becoming members and rolling over your memberships. Great to have you here. Thank you, Spicy number 179. Thank you very much. All right, everybody, have a good one. We'll catch you later. Bye for now.